All right, I hope everybody's doing good on this Saturday night. I'm about to actually up. So these are my top five gaming ideas if I was a gaming developer. I know for a fact that a lot of these games have been getting ignored, and I'm gonna bring out some great ideas. If you want to agree or disagree with me, by all means, share why. I want to see other people's opinions as to why they will love this type of gaming idea. If not, I've been a beta tester in some occasions in the past. Maybe if I was tech savvy, I would probably push my career into gaming. And a lot of the times, whenever you want to become a gaming developer, you like to travel a lot. A lot of the times, you gotta go to meetings, gotta go to places. It's a very hands-on, always be type of job. I mean, there's a lot of opportunities to work in home as well, but still, like those opportunities not every gaming developer gets it. But if I was a gaming developer, and I was talking to one of the gaming developers posted a comment in one of my videos for this game called Warlocked. I tried looking up his comment. I ruined it. I had the perfect opportunity in my hands to share this idea with him. I don't know if he subscribed to my channel or anything, but this game Warlocked was too ahead of its time. Like it was too advanced. Like it's probably one of the most underrated Game Boy Color games. Had this game mode where you have to play war. Lower the volume. So basically you made your armies here where you can actually have a stack of 5 units. I would like for this game to come back, but in this type of sense. Game like shut up. Game like Direct Strike. A game like this. Oh my god, these ads could have gotten this ready. Well, I don't car that I'm using. I don't want to use these that has the base. Okay, so basically StarCraft 2 and Warcraft 3 has it. It's basically like you have your fortress, right? And you have your base. Um, Basically the fortress or towers, like you get a bonus money if you destroy it, and then the more you're on the opponent's side, you get more money. But then every 1 minute or every 2 minutes, your spawn is gonna come in and send in. So you see all these men, and then they're coming in. So whatever you build here, and then for the gas you build in order to get more money. So it's a very, very addicting type of game. Look up Direct Strike, StarCraft 2, or Warcraft 3 Direct Strike for more information on this. But I feel like this game, Warlocked, instead of this game feature, it'll be something like it'll probably not even cost more than like $1,000 to make. I know well, probably no, a little bit more, but it won't cost more than $5,000 to make. A crowdfunding would definitely do this, and then they would revive this idea, and then getting back the gaming developers to get to another. I'm not gonna say indie game, but sort of like an indie game out of the idea that I'd say. So you have this thing, the Wizard Tower. So basically, in the Wizard Tower, you have the option to actually build a type of wizard, and in Direct Strike Warcraft 3, you get to build a hero, and the hero's random. That would have been very fun and addicting. The sense that it's a gamble, so you don't know. So every time you're getting money, which is right here, the money right here, you're getting money every time you actually instead of having the mine field, you can have your base and send in the worker, have a certain worker cost certain money, and then coming back and making sure that the gold mine is infinite so that you won't run out of the gold mine. Then you can have a feature to get another, build another gold mine in your base so you can have more gold. And then you build units, you build archers, you build knights, you can even build a dragon. Then you have to destroy the other castle in order for it to stop sending in the army, or just have one fourth like StarCraft 2, Warcraft 3, and then have that as a all two or three players share it, so it can be like a 2B, 3B3, or 1B1. That would be a great idea for this Warlock. So this would be my number one type of game. If I was a gaming developer and I would try and see if I can push this, probably be the cheapest to make. Probably like 2,000, probably 2,000, $3,000 to make, or way less than that. It wouldn't cost more than 5 grand, man, for sure. Adding some of the features, adding some of the programs. I don't think not even $1,000. Yeah, if we would have graphics like Warlock, that would be probably like an indie game and push it. I mean, there's a lot of indie games that were inspired from the 90s. Uh, yeah, they're basically on the indie side. That'd be gaming idea number one. My gaming idea number two will basically be a fuse of Mario Party 3 Duel and this game called Colsip. So on Mario Party Duel, the thing about Mario Party Duel is that in each space you land, like if your opponent lands on that space and it's your face has in it, that means you have to pay coins into it. Now, yeah, you see Yoshi's face right here. I will love that idea, but except like you just don't own the space. You can also purchase specific card, and then the card will be like based on the deck that you actually already assembled before the game start. So it'll be something like, I don't know, you can choose a specific type of deck. So in this game, it has the red, yellow, green type of cards. In this type of game that I would like to make, it will be pre-assembled with type of powers. It won't have any color identity. So it'll be like ogres, trolls, knights, dragons, griffins. It'll be a mythical creature game. And basically your hero can be something like a human, or it can be like a necromancer, an orc, or it can be anything. Like your hero's just your unit, and you'll have your life points instead of this 5 piece. You'll have attributes. You'll have everybody would start at 100 life, and then you can actually increase your stats for your hero as you move on the board game. You will actually have specific spaces that can actually give you more health permanently, regain health. There'll be some sequence where some random thing can actually punish you or punish everybody on the board. Uh, instead of mini games, will be something like that. Some events that can happen, and in order to actually attack one of the enemies, you can actually get close. I don't know. We can see the part where.
¿Qué pasó eso?
Oh my! Right? Why ads? Why? Why? Where he fights. Okay, there we go. There was a boo attack right there. All right, so you have one function, one way to actually have your hero start gaining some of the land and losing some of the land and losing life as well. In the game of Colsip, you actually invade some of the cards, and actually, if you beat the monster, then you get to actually put a creature card in that specific space. That wasn't a thing in Mario Party 3 Duel. Now that feature of here would be implemented in my type of game where if you get to actually land on an enemy space and you don't want to pay his fee, um, you have to fight. And then there's a fee as well. So there's one way whenever you actually lose money, there'll be like consequences to that, and there'll be like more RPG elements as well into the. There will be like more of a strategy. It'll be something unique that I haven't seen in the market right now in gaming. And having money is actually gonna have like in Mario Party 3, if you don't have money, you get to start back at the beginning. Then you lose all your units. Like in this type of game, I was thinking if you lose all your money, then you lose the type of influences that you have your creatures on the battlefield. So your creatures are not just gonna leave you, like they'll sometimes actually make their own group and they'll fight against you and yeah, it'll depend on the type of creatures you put. Some creatures will have specific attributes where they will always follow you no matter if you don't have gold. There's some that will actually backstab you or they will join the enemy if he lands on it if you don't have gold to pay for it. Every turn you have to pay a fee whenever it's your turn and you land a space like a 6 and 8 and then the opposing side has to land. Then when it's your turn you have to pay that fee and then there's ways to get fees not just from an enemy landing in that spot. Like you can actually make other things like you can actually purchase some of your units because it's gonna be not just one unit. Like in Colsip, you can only have something like this creature right here, the bat, land on there. This type of game, you'll have different type of creatures. It'll be like basically an army, but the units will be kind of small, and then you'll able to click to enlarge and see what kind of stuff is inside that space. And you can have some units to actually start gaining some gold actually spying some information. It'll be like a whole variety of stuff. This I feel like this type of game that if I would push for this, it'll probably be very, very, very addicting. Anyways, let's move on to gaming number three. So Dragon Quest Builder is sort of like Minecraft, but it's not necessarily like Minecraft. Let me mute this because I don't want to kill this guy's video completely for copyright purposes. But so basically it's like a Minecraft type of game. And I would like instead of Dragon Quest Builder, it'd be great if we had this type of feature, but with Mario based on the movie. You know how the movie ended where they started working in Mushroom Kingdom already, and they had their own house, Mushroom Kingdom. It'll be like the game would take place there, and it will not be like randomizer like this type of game or Minecraft, or it will be randomized. Like every like the Mushroom Kingdom will be basically in the middle. You spawn there, and you can move into different realms like the Donkey Kong realm. And then the realm that you have to actually go and beat the game, like the Ender Dragon, will be Bowser and have its realm. You can actually um build your fancy. You can make the world a little bit different. You can build. You'll have like toolkit to actually make things. They'll offer you to actually help out with a specific job, or like Toad needs something, or if you have to go back to New York City and actually fix to get some money. It'll be basically like it'll be based like on the movie and explore the movie more in depth. But it'll be like the game. That will be like a big open world, and you'll be able to build your house bigger, and you can't necessarily destroy everything, but you can destroy whatever you have built. That'll be probably like, in my opinion, would be a great idea for Nintendo to put into. let's move on. I don't think a lot of people might like that idea. There's some people that might like it. We already have something like Mario Maker, but Mario Maker was supposed to be based on Mario Paint, and Mario Paint they got scrapped and they ended up doing that. So it would be great if we can have a Mario survival, but not necessarily survival. Like it'll be like you need to have jobs in order to actually build and then enhance your house, enhance the kingdom, and there'll be like so many things that you have to do. Anyways, let me move on. This idea, I like the fact that this idea right here, the Sega Genesis Classics, that's for the PlayStation 4, Xbox, and Nintendo Switch, and even on Steam. Basically, like you're in the room. There's already the games. You unlock some of the features to actually build some stuff and then move some stuff. I would like, and I think I mentioned some of this video idea in a video where a lot of these new gaming companies are not actually giving us a lot of the replayability of the older games, and one way to actually fight a lot of the what's the word I'm looking for? Fight against like people pirating games and getting free games. Those this will probably be the ultimate way to actually fend off the people from getting free stuff. So Nintendo would actually offer any game from the Nintendo all the way towards they need to have like a server just like World of Warcraft where that game has been a thing for the past 20 years and it's still a thing and it's growing and they're making more and more stuff every time. That's why we never had a Warcraft 1 and 2 remake. Anyways, this type of feature like basically like Animal Crossing where you have your own house. It'll be something like bland, like a bed, and then you can actually improve and make your bed much better with some resources. There'll be like a store where you actually buy things to actually make your house much better, or you can actually earn it by actually doing reward systems with challenges and dailies where they tell you to beat a certain game, a certain time, or difficulty, and then there'll be type of games to unlock. Each game will cost certain money, like some NES games will probably be like $1. Some games will be $5. Games will be $10. Like the fact that since the market right now, everything's so expensive, a lot of people are not spending a lot of games, so we want to push the prices low, and we don't want to have something fancy like a freaking $50 game just to play something. We want to keep something under 20 bucks. And there's some physical games that are like freaking $1,000, some rare games, and then sometimes can't even like play them anymore. And even if you play them, it has to be like an emulator, and you have to have a really good computer. Like you will have all type of consoles and type of open world, and then you can actually have a link system where you can actually have your friend system and then invite them to your virtual house and start playing co-op or playing against each other and have 3 players, 4 players, or even more players around. Then have basically your me. Like Nintendo already has that system like a me, basically yourself, and then you can move around in like first person or third person perspective to move around your house, to build your house, and then you can actually get out of the house and then see if you can connect to another world, basically like Animal Crossing, where you had the airplane moving in from one island to another. It says, "Oh, this person is coming in," and then there'll be like the place where they're coming in. It'll be something like that, but it'll say something like a player is coming. They'll knock the door, like automatically they'll be like at the entrance, and then they'll probably want to see around, and then you'll invite them to play, and then Everything is everything according to like if they want to play that, then they can play your games. They cannot do anything to actually change your not no trolling, not nothing, none of that. Like they don't have the powers to do anything. Like it'll be based everything on the person that owns the room, basically, all the virtual room. So if he wants to play a certain game, it cannot be approved until you approve it. And like if he wants to play that game, he wants to move a certain thing, a certain object, the game will not allow it. You can only edit your room whenever you're playing alone. This idea is gonna make a lot of the head companies like Nintendo make a lot of money. They it's an open opportunity to make this, and they're making a lot of these arcade cabinets like Capcom Arcade, the Sega Genesis, where you move into arcade and then you unlock certain games. You can buy certain games. Similar to that, but this one will be like a server, open world, where there will be thousands upon thousands of. They're gonna not gonna give us Nintendo 64 games, and they're not gonna give us a mini classic. Like if we wanna play those, like a lot of the gaming companies will wanna get their fair share of money. So you can talk to certain companies, and so there won't be any liable lawsuit. And before the game gets announced, like Nintendo should announce, or not just has to be Nintendo. It can be Microsoft. It can be any big company. They'll announce that if they want to get their fair share, like they don't have to announce it publicly, but they'll announce it to these companies. And if they want to have their fair share, like they need to make a compromise before they start launching this server. And any future games they'll be added as well. So that will probably beat the real. There will be there will be no excuses as to why people would pirate games. Now there's a cartoon, so that will be gaming number four. One, three, yeah, okay. Gaming idea number five. If I was a gaming developer, I will create something like a Batman Arkham Knight or something like the Spider-Man that came out from the PlayStation 4, like an open world where you move around New York City. But instead of Batman or Spider-Man, we would have a game out of gargoyles. I've been seeing a lot of like the market, like I've been seeing toys from that. If this game comes out, there can be some more better more toys. It can be statues. It can be merchandise for
Years
gargoyles.
ago, superstition
It's actually one of my favorite cartoons, by the way.
and the sword ruled. It was a time of darkness.
And then what better to actually explore a city when you have wings, man? Like literally, this will be probably be like Spider-Man on a nutshell, but this guy will be flying
A
everywhere.
world of fear. It was the age of gargoyles. Stone by day, warriors by night. We were betrayed by the humans we had sworn to protect, frozen in stone by a magic spell for 1,000 years.
Yeah, they're no longer in the past, now they're in the present. So that he'll be like basically New York City.
Now here in Manhattan,
There you go, Manhattan. Where is Manhattan? New York City. This will be the perfect game, dude, just like Batman.
the spell is broken, and we live again.
And then you can move around the city. You can actually see if you can actually save your other friend gargoyles. They'll give you missions to move around, and you'll explore. They'll mission failures, sort of like GTA 5 and Batman Arkham Knight, but except it's gargoyles, man. If they do this right, it will be like a game that will sell a lot, man. And I think WB owns this rights for this game, but I can be wrong.
We are defenders of the night. We are gargoyles.
So yeah, what do you guys think about my gaming ideas? Let me know if they're good, they're bad, and I want to see the pros and cons on your side. All right, guys, take care, everybody. Have a good one.